You did a great job in the hall this morning coming in. I'm so proud of you. Give yourself a round of applause. Good job. Good job. Okay, like we've been telling you all week, this is a serious ceremony, so we're going to start out the ceremony today with the national anthem. If you would please stand as Jesse Fan sings the national anthem. Please remember standing. Sorry, that was my fault. Stand up. And if you face here, we will now recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Come up here a little bit. We now have a very special treat. We have our Rhythm Express who's going to do a little number for us this morning.
Some folks like to get away, take a holiday from the neighborhood. Humble flight to Miami Beach or to Hollywood.
Wow, that was exciting, huh? Good job. Thank you to the Rhythm Express and to Mrs. Walker. There is a chorus concert tonight, by the way, in case you'd like to come and see some of your friends sing. Okay. To get to the reason why we're here, I'm going to introduce our school superintendent, Dr. Robert Farrell.
Thank you so much. I'm so impressed with the respect you've shown our special guests, and I'm so impressed with your talents. You're just amazing. You continue to amaze us. Thank you very much for your performance. Today, we have some special dignitaries with us. If they would please stand when I introduce them. First of all, Dr. Marilyn Troyer, Associate Superintendent of the State of Ohio. Dr. Troyer. Kristen Van Hook, Vice President of Public Policy for Teacher Advancement. And our former principal was here a number of years. She told me not to tell, but Mrs. Liz Riffle is here. School board member, Mr. Eugene Ball. School board member, Mrs. Nancy Wenning. And acting mayor, Mr. Steve Miller, was here with us from Fairfield City. And now a little bit about our very special guest, the State Superintendent of Instruction, Dr. Zellman. I'm going to introduce her, but I'd like to tell you a little bit about her. In March of 1999, Susan Zellman became Ohio Superintendent of Public Instruction after serving as Deputy Superintendent in Missouri for 5 years. Dr. Zellman's work during her career has been focused on ensuring that every child receives a quality education, regardless of race, ethnicity, income level, language background, or disability. In order to achieve this, over the past 6 years, Dr. Zellman has worked closely with educators, the governor, the Ohio General Assembly, and the State Board of Education to set clear and high academic content standards for Ohio. This has been no small task, and she has taken tremendous leadership in this. She continues to work hard to close the achievement gaps and ensure that more children have the opportunity to move to the highest education and to the workforce, to higher education and the workforce. It is my pleasure to introduce our special guest today, Dr. Susan Zellman.
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity to be here with you today, boys and girls. And you've just certainly put me in a New York state of mind. But I will tell you that good things are not only happening in New York, but they're happening in Ohio, and they're happening all across our country. And I'm talking about all the good work that our educators do every day in our classrooms. You know, your teachers and administrators are working really hard, and in the audience are our future mathematicians, our scientists, our engineers that are going to make our country and our state competitive in this new global society. I want you to know that we're here today because your teachers are making a positive difference, not only in your classroom and in your school, in your community, but throughout the whole nation. We have a very special guest here today to recognize and thank leaders in education. His name is Dr. Louis Solomon, and he comes from Santa Monica, California, representing the Milken Family Foundation. The Milken Family Foundation has been a friend and supporter of education since 1985, which was before most of you have been born. Please welcome a member of the Board of Trustees and Senior Advisor to the Milken Family Foundation and President of the Teacher Advancement Program, Dr. Lou Solomon.
Thank you, Susan. I thought I had a different microphone. Thank you, Susan. It's a pleasure to be here today. Good morning, Fairfield Middle School. I just want to say before I start, I'm very happy I'm not planning to sing today because I would be really second best to what I've heard so far. Well, as you heard, I work at the Milken Family Foundation in Santa Monica, California. How many of you have been to California? It's interesting that when we do this with elementary school groups, every kid has been to California. Well, I hope that all of you get a chance to be there someday because it's a very beautiful part of the world. I'm here today, I'm very happy to be here because I want to communicate a very important message and share some exciting news. The message I bring is about the critical role that educators play in our society. I believe that teachers and principals have the most important job in America, the awesome responsibility of educating youth. And even in California, I heard that you have great teachers and a great principal and great and supportive parents and some of the very best students in the whole of the United States of America. I presume you were clapping for the teachers rather than the students. Research tells us that the single most important school-related factor affecting how much kids learn, affecting student achievement, is the quality of the teacher in the classroom. The only thing more important is your family. But your teachers are some of the most important people in your lives. So why don't we, by this point in your education, you've probably had a teacher that made a big difference in your life. Perhaps it was a kindergarten teacher who just made you feel comfortable and happy to come to school. Or maybe it was an elementary school teacher who helped you love reading, or math, or science, or art, or music. Or maybe it was a middle school teacher who helped you excel in a particular subject and make you want to pursue it further as you advance in school. Think about your favorite teacher for a minute. Good teachers do make a huge difference in your lives. I was very fortunate when I was in public schools to have many outstanding teachers. They helped me prepare to achieve what I wanted to achieve in life. So why don't we take a moment right now to thank and recognize your principal, Megan Graham, and your superintendent, Bob Farrell, as well as Associate Superintendent of the State, Marilyn Troyer, and Superintendent Susan Zellman. Let's thank them for all they do for you. And of course, they all depend on the great work of your teachers. Now, we should say thank you and recognize our outstanding educators more often. In sports, the best athletes get Most Valuable Player awards and gold medals in the Olympics, and entertainers get Oscars and Emmys and MTV awards. Even in science and medicine and economics, there are Nobel Prizes. But our teachers, who have the most important job in the world, preparing the next generation of Nobel Prize winners, among others, just aren't part of the celebration and recognition. And we feel that that's just wrong. Just like we honor our great athletes and entertainers and scientists, we think that we should honor our great teachers too, with awards and by putting them on TV and in the newspaper. And the people at the Milken Family Foundation believe the same things. That's why 18 years ago, before most of you were even born, a man named Lowell Milken, who is the chairman of our foundation and the founder of it, started a program to honor educators. The program is called the Milken Family Foundation National Educator Award. Since 1987, the award has been presented across the country to over 2,100 outstanding teachers and principals. And this award says, in a very public way, that greatness in education is important and should be recognized. Outstanding educators are the backbone of every distinguished school. And only if we elevate the teaching profession will talented young people like you consider the adventure of a career in teaching. Think of the amazing difference that you could make if you taught the next generation of kids, the kids that are coming after you. So this month, we're traveling all across the country to present 100 of these Milken Educator Awards. We purposely try to identify teachers who are in the early or mid part of their careers, who are models of excellence based on what they do in their classrooms and what their students learn and what they contribute to education outside the classroom, around the country. Milken educators also have a tremendous potential to contribute in the long run to the profession and to demonstrate their contributions for many years to come. In fact, we hope that this award provides a strong incentive for effective teachers to stay in education. We need more teachers who are really having positive effects to stay in the classroom for a long time so they can do so much more good. Now, the news that I have to tell you is that while there are many great teachers and principals in this country, one of the most outstanding educators in the country is right here in your school. And so one of the teachers in your school is going to receive the Milken Educator Award. Now, that sounds great, maybe, but when you hear about an award, you want to know what they get, right? Well, the first thing is a big surprise because you can't apply for this award. You don't find us, we find you. We look around the country and identify the best of the best. Second, there's a lot of recognition and celebration. You can see, I mean, what could be more sort of celebratory than you getting out of class, right? And next they get to join a team of over 2,100 of the best educators ever from across the country who have received this award since 1987. And there's more. Next May, they're going to get an all-expense-paid trip to Washington, D.C. to attend a national conference with some of the best educators from around the country and to learn new ways to help you learn even more. And when they get to Washington, D.C. in April or May, they'll also receive a financial prize. So who knows what a financial prize is? Money. Money. Do you want to find out how much money there is this prize entails? Why don't we have the first 5 of you come up? And I won't have you sing it, but... Okay. Wouldn't that be good if a teacher got $250? Should I do another one? So what's this number? Is that good? So the recipient of this award will get $25,000 for his or her own personal use. Now, I would love to come here and make the announcement that we're going to give this award to every teacher in your school, but if you do the math, that would be tough. So we have to find an individual who's representative of all of the great teachers in this school. Now, you want to know who it is? Well, let me do one thing beforehand. Let me call up, there have been over 50 of the Milken Educator Award recipients around the country. In Ohio. And 3 of them happen to be here as guests today. And so let me call up Wayne Narodi, Jennifer Bruni, and Shirley Curtis. They received this award in the past. I'm drawing it out. Why don't we have the state superintendent come up and tell us who it is? She did not win one of these awards, but may well have.
Doesn't this feel like the Academy Awards? And I have the envelope. Okay. The award winner is Diane Callahan.
All I can say is, wow, thank you. This is amazing. And thank you. Silver team, come on up.
this wonderful woman in your school. No, she is dedicated to you, her students, and she does all that she can to make school a very exciting place for you day and day. You know, she's worked very hard to improve the science curriculum in this school. She sets very high expectations for what you're supposed to know and be able to do. And I know 10 years from now, maybe 20 years from now, because of her teaching, there might be a future Nobel Prize winner at this school. You are going to be, you're going to be the next generation of our scientists, our engineers, our mathematicians, because of the important instructional practices that your teacher has put in place in this school. And she's looked at the data and she understands how each and every one of her students are doing. You know, she has been recognized by others before this award. She, in fact, won the Fairfield City School District Teacher of the Year Award. She's received a Fulbright Memorial Fund Scholarship to study the Japanese educational system. And she knows how hard our Japanese colleagues work in making sure that their students are successful in math, science, and engineering. She was nominated for the Disney Award and has received and written countless grants totaling $43,000. And not only that, but she's been recognized by your own local Board of Education in receiving the Golden Apple Award. And I'm just so honored to be here today to give her this check.